Hey there guys, Stephanie Smith here, back to talk to you guys about attitude and about how our attitude can stand in the way for personal growth. Your mind, guys, is a powerful thing. And the stories that we tell ourselves, the things that we think about ourselves, it can either prevent us, can prevent change from happening in our life, or it can allow new skills to blossom. We all encounter or have one of two different types of mindset at any given time. We either have a fixed mindset or we have a growth mindset. A fixed mindset can prevent important skill development from and growth from happening, which could sabotage our health, our happiness, business developments, opportunities to happen down the line. Whereas a growth mindset, you're more likely to maximize your potential. You tend to learn from criticism rather than ignoring it. You tend to overcome challenges rather than avoiding them. You find inspiration in the success of others rather than feeling threatened, like with our competition, for example. What do you believe? Are your beliefs holding you back? Do you have that fixed mindset? Do you have a growth mindset? You know, if you believe things about yourself like, it's too hard for me to lose weight, I'm not good with numbers, I'm not a natural athlete, I'm not a creative person, I'm a procrastinator. It's pretty clear, if those kinds of things ring a bell to you, it's pretty clear that those are pretty fixed mindsets. And those can cause you to avoid experiences where you might feel like a failure, right? Because we're fearful that, because we feel like we don't know, because that's our voice, right? Our inner voice is the most influential voice in our life. When that voice is telling us that, that's what we begin to believe. And when we have that, as a result, we're not going to learn as much. And it's going to be hard in life for us to get better because we continue to tell ourselves that we're not good enough or we don't know about that particular topic. You know, I don't like numbers, so I want to avoid doing math problems or helping my kids with math problems, or I'm a procrastinator, so I don't have to do this right now, right? So these are fixed mindsets that are voices, things that we say to ourselves, and we begin to believe it. So I want to present to you guys something that was presented to me not too long ago. And it was like that pivotal moment for me where it all kind of connected the dots. And this is the layers of behavioral change. The layers of behavioral change talk about how our brain is made up. And how if we pay attention to what part of our brain does what, we can start to influence our behavior. So if we think about our brain in three layers, the internal layer is our identity. That's what we think about ourselves. If we think about the next layer is your performance. This is the actions that you take, the things that you do, right? And then if you think about the outer layer is our appearance. Okay, this is what the way the world perceives you, what they think about us, right? So if we think about identity, right, our identity, the internal, and if we work from the inside out, right, the way that we change from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset is we have to work from the inside out. We have to work on what we believe about ourselves, what we're telling ourselves, so that we then begin to affect our performance. As you think about the outer layer, the middle layer, that begins to, when we think differently about our identity, it then begins to change our performance, the actions that we take, and depending on how those actions change depends on our appearance and how those around us perceive us, and how we are looked at by our peers, by our family, coworkers, clients, etc. So when we think about those, so think about those layers of behavioral change, and think about, you can't change your appearance. Even if you change your appearance, right, you're still going to have those negative thoughts, And you're still going to be feeding yourself. If you think about, go back and look at the video from yesterday where we talked about our inner voice, and that our mind is a computer and our inner voice is the software that is programming our attitude, right? This is the layers of behavioral change. This is going after our identity, changing our identity, which then changes everything from the inside out. Okay, so what can you do now? What do you go, where do you go from here, right? It's the little actions, right, that are going to get us there. It's the little actions that are going to get us there. We talked yesterday a little bit about things that we can do to have a positive attitude, but it's the little actions that's going to get us there. Think about the process, right? The process of changing your identity, the process that you go through, right? So think about, for example, don't think about writing the book. Think about the process, or focus on the process of writing the book. Don't focus on publishing the book. Think about the process of losing weight. Don't think about the process of you looking 10 pounds lighter. Focus on and commit to the process of eating healthy every day and exercising every day. It's those small little tiny actions that are going to feed our inner identity, that are going to make us feel better about ourselves, right? That it's going to change that inner voice, reprogram, right, our software that is our mind. And then that is going to change our identity, which is then going to push outward in our actions and then in our appearance to others. And when we have a good identity that we're comfortable with, and that we that is positive, and it is from a good place, right? We have a positive attitude, and our positive attitude flourishes growth. Our positive attitude fuels those around us. So guys, remember this, it's not about the result. It's about building the identity of the type of person who gets to enjoy the results. So guys, I want you to start thinking about the process. Think about what mindset, what you're saying to yourself, what you are doing to your identity, and I want you to start to work from the inside out. Work on your identity, work on that programming of the brain, work on what you're saying to yourself. Start the little actions by working at the process, and watch how it changes your identity. So guys, I hope that you found this helpful. I look forward to bringing these nice little videos to you guys every night. And if you enjoyed it, please feel free to like, love, or share with your followers, and leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. You guys take care.